What's up guys, welcome back to the On My Scene. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about a forgotten or more so abandoned gaming franchise, which is Watch Dogs 2. So let's not waste any time, let's get into the video. But also just something you should know, I'm mostly going to be using Watch Dogs 2 for this video as it's personally my favorite game of the three, of the series. So yeah, that's just what I want to say. But anyways, let's get into the video. Now, Watch Dogs 2 is one of Ubisoft's, or at least was, one of Ubisoft's newer games into the series. Now, with the Ubisoft, you had big games and series that were going on for a while, like Assassin's Creed, Ghost Recon, Far Cry, and Watch Dogs was sort of new to Ubisoft. They just started off, and with Watch Dogs 1, they did pretty good actually. The Watch Dogs is basically a really good open world game where you hack and basically taking down big bad evil corporations such as CTOS, and it was a really nice premise. It was pretty good, and I feel like they had a really strong start with Watch Dogs 1, where your main character is Aiden Pierce. Now, this was really good, and Ubisoft was sort of starting off, and when you look back, Watch Dogs series only has 3 games, and I feel like it's been really abandoned. I mean, Watch Dogs 2 is really good, but then you have Legion, which sort of ruined it for the series, and Ubisoft have just kind of abandoned it. They haven't really gone back to it, and from what it is right now, I don't think they're planning to make a Watch Dogs 4 because of what happened with Legion, and it just really sucks. I feel like with Watch Dogs 2, the premise was really good as well. You had some really nice main characters, Marcus Calloway and DedSec. Again, you're taking down big bad corporations such as C2OS, but more specifically Dushan, Nemec, and Bloom. I don't really know if I pronounced that name. I hope I didn't butcher it or anything. But yeah, I mean, you're basically taking down big bad corporations. And with Watch Dogs 2, it's sort of like a rebellion. You're getting people to join DedSec, and it was really nice. I really liked the story of Watch Dogs. It was pretty cool. At least Watch Dogs 2, awesome. I really liked the gameplay. It was really fun, even though it lacked in story compared to the first game. I feel like with Watch Dogs 1, it was way more personal, but the story in Watch Dogs 2 was really good as well, and it was, in my opinion, one of the best games in the series, and it was just really awesome. The gameplay was really nice. The missions were super fun as well the more you progress, and it was just awesome. Honestly, the Watch Dogs series is one of my top 10 series of all time in gaming. It's in my top 10, and it's just really good. And it sucks to see that Ubisoft have sort of abandoned it and they just left it like that. With Watch Dogs 2, like I said, you're taking down the big bad corporations, and I feel like what Ubisoft did really well with Watch Dogs 2 and their other Watch Dogs is just really good with the gameplay and hacking, especially with the parkour as well. You could always expect that with these games. The stealth was really intense at times. You had to sort of just sneak your way through, and it was really nice with Watch Dogs 2. I really like the yo-yo thing and the yo-yo takedowns. A lot of people didn't really like that, but personally for me, I really liked it. I thought it was pretty cool, and they were doing something really well with Watch Dogs 2 up till Legion. I mean, it was awesome. The parkour in the game was really good. I mean, it was the best that I've ever seen in a Ubisoft game. Ubisoft just do really good parkour, man. I know they get a bad rep nowadays with the newer games that just came out, but man, these guys, when they do parkour and stealth, you can always count on them to do a great job. But yeah, like I said, Watch Dogs 2 had a really nice story, and missions were really fun as well, and basically just a lot of hacking and nice sort of I think it's sort of like a puzzle or something. But yeah, really nice hacking and super fun gameplay. But it's not to say, because I've heard a lot of people say that downfall of Watch Dogs was with Watch Dogs 2. And yes, Watch Dogs 2's story wasn't as good as the first one. Like I said, Watch Dogs 1 story was a bit more personal. But with Watch Dogs 2, I mean, it had some solid gameplay, and the story was really nice. I mean, with Watch Dogs 2, it's not super dark and sort of like a vigilante. You are a vigilante in some sort of way, but it wasn't really dark. I mean, it had some cheesy jokes at times, but I really liked the vibe that the game gave me. It was just really special. You playing as Marcus, and with your friends, who's this guy again? Wrench, Sitara, and Josh. And it was just really nice. I really liked the vibes I was getting from the game. They had some jokes. It was sort of like cheesy at some points, and them just goofing around. Like, I really liked that vibe with Watch Dogs, and that's one of the vibes that I really liked from this game. Some people really like the dark, gritty, vigilante one that was in the first game. I mean, it was pretty cool as well, but I just really liked the campy, really fun and goofy story of Watch Dogs 2. But I feel like it was always gonna happen that Watch Dogs was like, it was sort of like doomed, because if you look back, I feel like they didn't really know what they wanted to be. They didn't really know what Watch Dogs was going to be. I mean, they were really different games. I mean, you have Watch Dogs, the original game, which was sort of like gritty, vigilante, badass, Aiden Pierce, and I'm guessing people expected that with Watch Dogs 2, but they sort of changed it up. And Ubisoft have this thing where they sort of follow trends with their games instead of continuing off of what fans really liked with the first one. And I feel like with Watch Dogs 2, they sort of wanted to be a little bit more of like GTA. You can really see some similarities to Watch Dogs. I mean, Watch Dogs technically is already a GTA clone, but I feel like they didn't really know where they were taking this game and where it wanted to be. You had the first vigilante game, then you moved on to the more goofy, more satire, pretty fun game. And it was, I don't really know what they were doing with these games, man. And then you've got Legion as well, which everyone, if you're into like the gaming community, you already know that they really messed up with Legion. And yeah, they just didn't really know what they wanted to be. Watch Dogs 2, for me personally, I really liked the goofy satire vibe, but at some points it felt like it was trying to be GTA. It wasn't trying to be Watch Dogs. I mean, you had the ability to deliver cars. There was even a satire in the game at some point sort of seemed a little cheesy, and that they were trying to be like GTA. I mean, you could order cars, change your clothes. Like, that was pretty cool though, but I felt like they were trying to be GTA. Change your clothes, customizations, and guns. Surprisingly, I mean, you're a hacker, you're trying to take down this big corporation, and you have guns and you're killing people, which is pretty weird. So yeah, they didn't really know what they wanted to be with Watch Dogs. But I mean, they still could have found their way. Like I said, this was a new game for Ubisoft. They only had 3 games, and even though they didn't really find themselves, they were trying to be different games instead of being Watch Dogs. They shouldn't have just abandoned it because of Legion. They still could have improved it, and I really liked the campy satire vibe from Watch Dogs 2. They could have done that with Watch Dogs 4, or maybe still go the gritty, sort of dark vigilante way. I really like Watch Dogs. It has a really nice premise. The hacking, the parkour, the stealth, everything you really like about a Ubisoft game. But man, they still could have gone for Watch Dogs 4. Even though they didn't really find themselves with the game, they didn't really know what they were sort of doing and what the game wanted to be. I feel like there were a lot of routes to take. I mean, Watch Dogs, you're mostly hacking and you're doing like really big stuff. Maybe for Watch Dogs 4, we could have some missions where we have to get like prep equipment to like prep up for the heist, not the heist, but the big job we're about to do. A lot of the stuff you do in the game, you don't really need prep. You don't really have to get a certain device to hack this system, and I feel like they could have done that maybe with Watch Dogs Legion, or maybe Watch Dogs 4, hopefully, if they're gonna continue it. But stuff like that, maybe get some prep equipment so you can pull up this huge job to hack instead of just it being on your phone or something. Like, I'm just going off here. Like, dude, there was so much potential with this game series. I feel like it could have been one of the most popular series, along with like Mafia, Assassin's Creed, and stuff like that. It could have been a part of Ubisoft's big series. I mean, you've got Assassin's Creed that's been going on for a while, and Far Cry. I mean, Watch Dogs could have been along there with them. And it's just a shame to see that they abandoned it. I mean, this game franchise had so much potential. And I feel like maybe instead of what they could have done with Legion, instead of just playing as any random NPC, maybe you could have just created your character. But at the same time, Ubisoft aren't really known for that. But maybe we could have continued the story of Marcus, or maybe got a play as Wrench in Watch Dogs Legion instead. There was a DLC where I don't really know if you could play as Wrench or something, but there was a DLC for Legion. But instead of playing as any NPC, they could have just continued off the stories of the beloved characters that we had in the previous game, like Aiden Pierce, or maybe another character that I really liked. I know, like, it's Marcus, and we could have just continued that off. Like, where's Marcus now after defeating Dushan Nemec? Like, they could have done something like that, and it's a shame they've abandoned it. I've seen a lot of videos on Watch Dogs, and I just wanted to make share my own opinion on this. I feel like they should definitely bring this game franchise back, and that it could really had a lot of potential. I mean, it could have been a part of Ubisoft's big series alongside Assassin's Creed, because the concept for this game is really good. I mean, it's pretty good, but they didn't really know where they were going. They were trying to be a different thing, especially with Watch Dogs 2. I mean, yeah, man. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. I feel like they could have done a lot of things differently that they did in Legion. I mean, I really love the Watch Dogs games. They're really awesome. Great concept, but that's just my thoughts. I just wanted to make this video. Make sure to share your thoughts in the comment section below, what you would have liked to see, or if you're okay with Ubisoft abandoning Watch Dogs. Maybe you didn't really like the games or something. Just share your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. We recently got 100 subscribers, so thank you guys so much. That is just so crazy, man. We got 100 subscribers. But yeah, make sure to like the video and subscribe. Comment down your thoughts. And as usual, I'm Dale Meister, and I'll see you guys next time.